Hello, hello. It has been, I normally say it's been a minute, but it has been quite a few minutes since my last video. It's been, I think, over a month. I apologize. I already, my incense have been, it's coming right at me already. So, but I was just doing a little bit of cleansing of the energy since it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've spent a lot of time up in my room as well. Mainly because it's gotten a little cluttered. I still have my closet from back when we did our cruise back in the end of April. I still have some things that didn't make it on the cruise when I was doing my outfit try-ons. So that has kind of still been thrown about in the room a little bit, and plus it's just been so hot, and this is on the top floor, so it's a little stuffier up here. So but yeah, just wanted to hop on and check in. It's like I said, it's been quite a few weeks. A lot's happened. Just wanted to kind of see how everybody's doing, and yeah, just check in. The energy's been, you know, we just had the new moon on Friday. It's now Monday. So if you haven't already done, you know, any new moon rituals, this is a great time for, again, setting intentions and really getting clear on what you want, and you know, trying to work on manifesting and attracting you know, the things that you want, and releasing the things that you don't want. So we're probably at like the peak, or the peak was obviously on Friday, but you know, the energy kind of lasts a couple days before and after. So you know, this is probably the last day that it's gonna have the same kind of benefits under the new moon. But again, just a great time for new beginnings, and you know, clearing old cycles and that kind of thing. So if you haven't already done that, tonight might be a good opportunity to do so before we start moving into the next phase of the moon. But yeah, so, and I just had my birthday on Saturday, so yeah, that's a new beginning for me as well. Again, we're now in summer. We just had the summer solstice a few weeks ago. But yeah, just kind of wanted to pull some cards today, and just you know, see what the messages are for the collective, anybody watching this, what we need to hear for this Cancer season. So the Cancer season ends July 22nd, so we still have a few more weeks. But I know it can be a tough, kind of tough energy to be in. Again, I'm a solar Cancer, and it can be challenging to be a Cancer. So I know the energy again can be a little you know, tricky to navigate. Just very can be very emotional, and I know I've been in my head a lot the last few weeks in particular. So I feel like I'm kind of coming out of that a little bit. So, but yeah, so just wanted to pull a couple cards and just see what comes through, and just a little chit chat, and again, just to see how everybody's doing. I apologize again for any background noise. I have trying to drown it out a little bit with some sounds. But yeah, I did a few pre-card shuffle or pre-deck shuffles, and there's definitely lots of cards already popping out, so it seems like Spirit is a little chatty today, so we'll see if that continues. But yeah, like I said, it's been a couple weeks since the last time I hopped on. I did, I don't know if we've been camping like one or two more times since the last, I think the last time was like around Memorial Day weekend that I had posted. Sorry, my dog is up here with me, bumping into some of my my things that are on the floor with us. Yeah, so we did, all right. So couple weeks ago we did a trip, another local trip. It was just a weekend getaway, and it was another opportunity just to disconnect from technology. We had a site down by the water, which was nice. I always like being a Cancer and a water sign. Water is extremely important and nourishing for me. So again, it was nice to be down there, but it also comes with, the no Wi-Fi, the no, normally we're able to get cable. We weren't really able to get cable this time, which again is, first world problems, but it kind of forced us to, be more disconnected to that kind of thing and more connected to nature. A little game I play with some of my my spirits. So I have bluebirds or blue jays and oriole birds are kind of what I ask for in particular with two of my guides. Again, just to kind of, if you've never done it, I encourage. It could be anything, but it's a way that for for clarification and reassurance that they really are with us all the time. They send us messages and things. We just have to be looking for it. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, it's just a coincidence," and yeah, but there's no such thing as coincidence. So, again, a little game I played, or I play, I should say, if you want to call it that, is I connect with my loved ones, and then I ask them to send me whatever it is. Like I said, so whether it's a blue jay or oriole bird. So, and I was able to get both of those to come through while we were away this last time. And it was just kind of funny because so my grandmother is the one that sends me the blue jays. And again, where I live, it wouldn't be super uncommon to see blue jays, but it's not something that I see a lot of. We don't really get them around my house or anything like that. So I think my grandmother knew that I may have questioned the fact that we were, in the woods near the water and that kind of thing, that I would just take it as a coincidence potentially. So she did one step further and sent multiple blue jays all at the same time. And again, it just made me smile and make me laugh. And again, I thought of her right away. So for me, that's confirmation that was her. The orioles, or oriole bird. So again, wouldn't be so uncommon to see like an image or a picture, given that I'm in Baltimore, and that is our mascot for our baseball team. But this is normally, it's the actual bird, and like I said, I've never seen an oriole bird like in my neighborhood or anything like that. I've only seen them when I had asked for it. So, and normally, I mean, at least for me, usually I kind of, when I connect, I kind of ask for them to send it or show me the image or something within like 72 hours. So it's not like I'm expecting to think it and then automatically be shown one or anything like that. So again, I usually ask for about 72 hours. And on this last camping trip, I did not actually see a live oriole, but that next day I was out running errands, and one of the places that I stopped, there was a painter painting a mural on the side of the wall, and it was multiple oriole birds, among some other things. But again, I knew that was my confirmation and my sign. So again, it always just makes me smile, makes me happy when I get that confirmation. And again, I encourage, if you don't already do that or haven't tried it, to try it. And like I said, it could be anything. It could be you know, a purple kangaroo, or you know, whatever the case may be, whatever has significance or meaning to you, and that would make you know that it's real. So yeah, like I said, I encourage you to try it if you haven't already. But yeah, it's been good to, you know, connect with nature. Like I said, I've kind of been in my head a lot lately, and you know, the Cancer season tends to be even more heightened emotion, and but again, it's kind of forces us to be our nurturing, more of our nurturing side, and more compassion. It could be for ourselves, self love for others. Again, just being more heart-centered, soul-centered, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, that's kind of where I've been at recently. Again, trying to be out in my yard a little bit, but it's just been so hot, and kind of unbearable to be out there very long, so it's made it a little challenging. But just been trying to, you know, incorporate little things, you know, that make me happy and make me smile. And again, I think that's important. That was 11:11 on the clock there. So I think we can all do a little bit more of that. There's plenty of negative things, bad things, stressful things every single day. And if we choose to focus on those things, we're just going to get more of those things. And like I said before, I'm not dismissing or discounting, discrediting any of, you know, trying to pretend that those things don't exist in any way. It's all about like coexisting with those things, the bad, the good, the bad, the ugly. So again, for me, just focusing on the things that I can control, and just incorporating some of the little things that just make me happy, whether that's, you know, stalking my birds. My husband just got me another bird feeder with a camera on it, so I'm back to being able to creep on my little neighborhood birds. Again, that makes me happy. Or again, playing in the garden, doing some crafting, or painting, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, so again, I'll pull some cards, just see what messages want to come through. Again, this is collective messages, so take what resonates, and, you know, take whatever may feel like it's confirmation that you need to hear. A few things that I've noticed over the last couple weeks that have been themes for me, number-wise, kind of the sandwich numbers, like 414, 404, 515. Normally I see like repetitive numbers like the 222, 555, and I still see those, and I've still been seeing them, but it's kind of been those, I don't know what to call them, but like the sandwich numbers, like I said, like where it's like 414, 404, definitely fours in general coming up a lot, 8s, 9s. So again, I just feel like there's a lot, overall feeling of, you know, ending of cycle, and new beginnings coming, and really trying to connect with our spiritual side, religious side, you know, whatever that means to you. So yeah, I kind of already pre-shuffled, but I'm just gonna thumbing through. I was gonna use the Awakened Soul Oracle deck, which I think I had showed that on my last video. That was new to me, so I had kind of taken a break from it, honestly, from kind of all the things. I hadn't really been using my cards or doing my meditations and that kind of thing, which I can definitely feel when I don't. I start to get more anxious, more again, more kind of lost in my head, and my thoughts and that kind of thing. So I'm excited. My sister just got me some grounding flip-flops, so I've been using them. I used them yesterday. They're comfy, so I haven't worn them long enough to really say that I can tell a difference, but they are really comfortable. It's supposed to be the same effects as, you know, if you were barefoot. So I love that my family gets they support me and my woo-ness. Alright, so let's see what the kind of the major theme for the rest of this Cancer season, the next couple weeks. What do we need to be aware of? I apologize. It's really, I turned off my, or I closed my vent up here to try to help our AC. It's been working kind of overtime. So it's a little extra toasty up here today. So I apologize if I'm a little starting to glisten. Okay, so things that flew out. Alright, so we got the Truth and the Shadow cards. When I see the Truth card, that automatically, and she's grabbing her throat, which I know I've mentioned before about our throat chakra, speaking our truth. Yeah, and it's a very feminine card to me, which again, this season, Cancer season, is a very feminine season, regardless of your gender. Like I said, it's more of our embracing our nurturing side, our compassion, our love, self-love, love of others, that kind of thing. So yeah, I definitely see the where she's holding her her throat chakra, and like I said, speaking, you know, not holding back, speaking your truth, and not being afraid. Even, you know, I say it sometimes too, like even if your voice shakes or cracks, you know, it's still important information to get it out and release that. And then we have the Shadow card, which again, they are holding, again, it looks feminine to me, and I apologize as I have all my incense blowing at me. It looks like it's a feminine, it almost looks like a concrete face on a human body, if that makes sense. The threes, there's 3 candles and 3, actually it's the phases of the moon, with it could be either the new moon or the full moon in the center there, and then the crescent moon on either side, and then the candles. So again, I think this has to do with looking at our shadow self. Like, we all have a shadow self, the stuff that we try to hide, keep in the shadows, that maybe we don't want to deal with, that we try to push down. But again, I think it's time to, and now that I'm looking, there's actually all the phases of the moon go all the way around, but the 3 at the top kind of stood out to me. But yeah, so I think it's, you know, it's time that we are looking at some of the parts of our shadow self that need addressing, which again makes sense for the period that we're in, for sure. We want to, you know, love all parts of ourselves, the shadow self and the parts that we you know, we show to the world. Alright, what else? Let's see. What do we need to be embracing? Let's see if there's anything. I apologize, I don't have a lot of time left on my camera. I need to do some freeing up of space. What should we be embracing for the next few weeks in July, this Cancer season? We got the Shapeshifter card on the bottom. Yeah, I'm automatically, that whole phrase with the what is it, the wolf in sheep's clothing, or that kind of thing. So again, maybe like not being fooled by things that are being hidden, or things that are not as they appear to be. I'm gonna read from the book on this one. Let's see. So the symbol is the white wolf. Instincts, illusions, deception, and camouflage. Our awakened soul is on the alert, and for good reason. Something doesn't feel right. She's in a crouched stance that allows her some cover, but also the ability to spring forward and move quickly if she needs to. She has been on the road for some time and has learned to listen to her instincts when they tell her to pause and listen before moving ahead. The white wolf, her guide, is howling in warning. He is the spirit manifestation of her pure instinct telling her to be cautious. This spirit guide has been with her her entire life and is her constant companion. She is shielded by a red cloak for power, security, and protection, and is wearing practical traveling gear and footwear underneath. Her well-being and survival mean more to her than all of the pretty things she left behind. What is she in search of? You determine that. The Shapeshifter card has come up in your reading today to tell you what you already know. Something is not what it seems. You need to look beyond the surface. Do what our awakened soul is doing. Pause, step back, and listen. The red flags have been there. You can no longer ignore your gut instincts. Be on alert for people or situations that may try to tangle you in their drama and issues. This is the card of the trickster, those who act like chameleons, changing who they are and what they want to try to come out on top. If you're able to listen and be guided by your instincts, take action when you know you need to, instead of looking back in hindsight. Then this card takes you from being the hunted to the hunter. You are truly in your power when you have lived in alignment with your feeling, intuition, and instincts. It's a true gift to listen, to know when to act, and when to stay still, to allow opportunities and people to pass that may be shiny but are not aligned with your highest good. I'm going to read the shadow meaning just because we got the shadow card before this. So again, lies, deception, fraud, breaking of contracts or agreements, delays in projects, and cheating. So again, if any of that resonates. The affirmation here is, I am connected and listen to my instincts. And if you want to do a reflection or journal, what signals does my body give me when I need to pay attention? So that is interesting. But yeah, if trust your intuition. If it doesn't seem right or doesn't feel right, then listen to that and look a little deeper. I'm also guided to look at the surrender card. I think I had gotten this one before. Again, it's got the two whales and a kayaker. Okay, sorry, I got cut off. But the surrender card. So the symbol is whales. Keywords: acceptance, relinquishing control, awe, and yielding. Our awakened souls who are sea kayaking with two very special animal kin have had a realization of divine surrender today. The whales have come to them as a messenger and sign of grace and acceptance. Whales hold powerful energy. They are the living memory of the planet. They live in open water and travel great distances every year. The openness of the whale reminds us to surrender. When we surrender like the whale, we can go with the natural flow of things again. Our kayakers can only see from a certain perspective, from the surface down, and only what the available light will let them see. They have very little control over what happens in the expansive environment that they are in. Today, you are being asked to gracefully hand over the need to control the path and outcome of the situation. This can be hard, especially when you have invested so much. When you try to control, you put up blocks. When you relinquish control, you create space for things to move again. If you are able to give it over with grace, ease soon follows. This card also holds the message of accepting where you are. It does not serve you or others to deny where you are. When you accept and give up your projections or illusions, you can move forward. Are you being challenged to give something up to a higher power? How does that challenge you? Allow something outside of yourself to bring you miracles. Surrender is also allowing yourself to be totally present in the moment, to be open to feeling powerful emotions, to being in awe of the majesty and magic around you. Surrender to the way you feel completely. Surrender to love. For those of you who crave freedom, this is a powerful card. The more you can work to loosen the grip you have on the journey and outcome, the more free you can be. Trust that you are going to be provided for and that good things will consistently happen to you, and they really will find a way to become reality. Again, the shadow meaning of this card is control, fear, lack of trust, worrying about the outcome or future, and manipulating the outcome. The affirmation here is, I surrender. And if you would like to do the personal reflection, do I trust that the universe has my back? Yeah, and I know I had been saying that, for some time as well, just about, looking at all the little things that's around us all the time. It really is a miracle that we're even here to begin with. And again, the more you kind of are in that space of everything is a miracle, and I know I always forget what that phrase is, but it's like you can live your life as if everything's a miracle or that nothing's a miracle, and that shapes basically your perspective of the world, given which of the two. So again, I feel like if you're focusing on certain things, or if you're looking at, if you're coming from a place of gratitude and, if you're thankful for your experiences, the good, the bad, whatever, you're more likely to have more experiences again that, that shape your journey. And the same thing with, like physical things, manifesting physical things, money, jobs, career, again, things, house, whatever the case may be. But if we don't have if we're not looking from the perspective that, everything is a miracle and that it's a blessing, and that, again, just coming from gratitude, then you're not gonna get any more. There's no space for more if you're not satisfied or grateful for what you already have, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I think, let me see, I'm gonna pull one more. I'm gonna use this, the Magical Spirit Oracle, and just see if anything else wants to pop through. Let's see, any other messages that we need to hear? Is there any other, how can we be more aligned with our heart and soul during the next few weeks of July during this Cancer season? I also forgot to mention too, when I was trying to remember some of the kind of things that have been coming up, I mentioned the numbers, but also, and 1010 is another number, I didn't mention that one. But also those little, like, they're not dandelions, but I always just call them little wishes. They're like little fluffy white, I googled them to see what even it was, because I honestly didn't know. I just always called them wishes, and they just kind of blow around in the wind. It's from a cottonwood tree, apparently, and I don't even know that I know what a cottonwood tree would look like in the wild. And I don't feel like I've ever seen the little fluffy things on trees. I just usually see them blowing around, but I've been seeing like them like almost like on a daily basis, like so many of them, and they get my attention. So I need to get better about like remembering or like writing down like any thoughts I have like when that happens, again, just to kind of see if there's any themes or anything, any messages in that, like when it's happening. But I don't know if anybody else has seen them or if you even know what I'm talking about, but I just call them wishes. They're like little whispery things. And we got the number 22 card, Memento Mori. Life, presence, and depth. The meaning is in the middle. There's another kind of 3 that's coming up. And you have like the human, like the girl face, the skull, and then in the middle, it's like a Venn diagram. That's what it reminds me of. I will quickly just read that and just see what the message is there. 22, again, I think I had mentioned that's another 4. Quite a few of the cards that that fell out during the pre-card shuffle, I pulled the number 4 card, which was the Moon card. Again, the Moon being fitting for Cancer season. Cancers are ruled by the Moon. That's our ruling planet. And then we also got the Rebirth card, which is a 13, which the 3 and the 1 combined makes a 4 as well. So like I said, definitely 4s. 22s, definitely I've also always been a thing for me. 222, 22, 23. So the Memento Mori card. Life, meaning, presence, depth, and the time of 222, like I said. Are you feeling, living, creating, and loving others deeply lately? You're being called to gain more perspective and presence, to enrich your existence and live your life like a living prayer, to marvel at ordinary things, tiny miracles all around you, and you are one of them. If we could truly grasp this, many moments would expand with bliss. We would be stunned by the moss in a forest or the way our coffee cup feels warm in our hands. Looking in the mirror, we would drop to our knees in tears of gratitude, fascinated by the fact that we are human, an ancient soul, on this gorgeous planet within the cosmos. We would be awestruck that we exist with this complex and curious consciousness. This card can also be a positive omen that a lively and vital new energy is coming, or already has. It brings excitement, creativity, realizations, passion, and the miraculous. Invite the fullness of it in. It doesn't need to be perfect or planned. In the medieval period, Latin philosophers came up with the phrase memento mori, meaning remember that you die. A memento mori is something that serves to remind us of the impermanence of life. This idea was created to wake us up to the miracle of existence and to inspire us, to gently remind us that one day, la mariposa de la muerte, the butterfly of death, will softly land upon our shoulders. It is natural to have a fear of the unknown, but it is the duality of life and death that makes this meaningful. Too much time creates numbness. No time at all creates a void. We need both. What if we could make peace with them? We would feel more alive than ever before. Take time to open your heart to the magic of your existence. Practice presence and gratitude for this experience, the mess, the magic, and the mundane. Think. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Open up and remember how precious this is. Yeah, so, I mean, I was just saying all of that, so that's definitely confirmation. Again, that just our existence, just, I think we forget that how small we really are, that we're floating in the middle of space on a rock. I think we forget all of that, and sometimes the things that feel so important and take up so much of our energy are actually not worth our time or energy in the grand scheme of things. So again, I think that's important to note too, is just to make sure that we're spending our time wisely. Like I said, doing the things that make us happy, whether that's just kind of sprinkling it in and then eventually it just continues to grow, and just focusing on our passions, not so much the things that stress us out and that we don't like. Like, life is too short. I mean, it really is. So I just think that definitely is very fitting, and just the whole piece about that we ourselves are also this miraculous thing that it's so easy to look at our flaws and the things that we wish we could change, and but just embracing that we are in a human form right now, that we are souls living a human experience in this meat suit, and having these experiences, good, bad, ugly, like I said, that are traumatizing and really form ourselves, and again, it's just all in what we do with the journey that we're on, and the lessons that we're learning and that kind of thing. So I hope this resonated with you, and I hope again, that you're taking care of yourself. Stay cool. Don't forget to love yourself. love others, really embrace the next few weeks, especially where you're, you know, really not in your mind so much, really be in your heart space, do meditations, you know, visualize. I visualize more of like a glowy kind of gold light, but white light, anything like that. You know, when you're doing your deep breathing and kind of fill your heart space with that light, really is nurturing, nourishing. And yeah, like I said, I hope you're doing well, and I will chat with you on the next one.